You've clicked many lessons before, but this one is different. Not just a video, but a fire for your English and your soul. Before we start, breathe deeply. This moment is yours. Let go of noise outside. Focus, if it touches you. Subscribe, like, and comment below. Welcome to the video that could change your life forever. No, this is not just another motivational video. This is not just advice. This is not something to watch once and forget. This is a wake-up call, a reminder, a roadmap. This video is about one thing: becoming the best version of yourself. No matter where you are, no matter how broken you feel, no matter how many times you've failed. Pause here. Think of your own story. How many times did you start again? How many times did you almost quit, yet still stand? So if you feel lost, if you feel like you're stuck in the same cycle, if you're tired of being the same person year after year, if you're watching this alone in silence with a heavy heart, then this video was made for you. You are not forgotten here. We all say we want to change. We all say we want to grow, to succeed, to rise. But let me ask you something directly. Why are you still pleasing people who don't respect you? Why are you still scared to take a risk? Why are you still waiting? This is not a movie scene. It's your real life. Look at your days. If nothing changes, nothing new will appear. Time doesn't pause. Why are you still acting like you have forever to chase your dreams? You say, "One day I'll change." No, one day doesn't exist. There is no right time. There is only now. And if you don't change now, you won't change later. You'll only keep lying to yourself. That's the painful truth. Yet, truth saves. Think about today. Is there something small you already know you should do, but haven't? Becoming your best version doesn't happen in a single moment. It happens in daily choices, in brutal self-reflection, in sacrifices, in discipline, in tears. It happens in late nights when nobody is watching, but you still keep going. Growth lives in those unseen moments. That's where transformation begins. This video will take you through 12 brutal rules, not soft, sugar-coated tips, but real powerful truths that can shake your soul awake. They will give you the fire you need to transform, because the best version of you is not far away. It's buried under comfort. It's trapped beneath fear. It's waiting behind your excuses. And today, we start digging. Slowly at first, then deeper, until your strength returns. This is not a game. This is your life, and it's slipping away minute by minute while you wait to feel ready. Don't waste minutes. So stop. Watch this video till the end. Write down every rule. Feel every word. Use it as fuel, not just content. Live with it. You don't need another book. You don't need another video. You need this one decision. I will not die the same person I am today. This video doesn't just change your mindset, it improves your English. 2. You're listening to real emotion in simple, powerful English right now. You're learning how to think, feel, and speak better without even trying. Watch it again. And every time, you grow stronger and more fluent. This is what learning really looks like. Not memorizing grammar, but living through words, feeling them, using them, breathing them into your own voice. If you're ready for that, let's begin. Rule 1. Be fearless or you'll be average forever. Let's be honest. Fear controls your life more than you admit. Fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of embarrassment, fear of judgment, fear of starting something new, fear of not being enough. And you think this fear is protecting you. You think if you avoid the hard things, the scary things, the uncertain things, you'll stay safe. But here's the brutal truth. Fear is not protecting you. It's paralyzing you. Fear is not saving you. It's slowly killing your potential. Fear is not your friend. It's the silent thief stealing your dreams in the dark. You were not born to be average, but fear keeps you stuck. Fear makes you choose average every day and call it being realistic. There's another version of you, bold, wild, unashamed, waiting for release. A version who doesn't care what others think, who takes risks, who speaks up, who chases what they love. But fear suffocates that version daily, and every time you avoid the thing you're scared of, that best version dies a little more. Courage grows only when you step into the storm. Let me tell you a real story. There was a young girl, quiet, shy, always sitting at the back of the class. She had a gift. She could write the most beautiful stories, the kind that could make you cry, the kind that could change lives. But she never shared them. Why? Because she was afraid. Afraid of being laughed at. Afraid of being misunderstood. Afraid that maybe she just wasn't good enough. So, she stayed invisible. Years passed. She watched others shine. She watched people with half her talents succeed simply because they weren't afraid to be seen. And one day, sitting alone in her room, she asked herself, what if I die with this gift still inside me? That question changed everything. She started small, posted one story online, then another, then another. She was terrified, but she did it anyway. And slowly the world noticed. Publishers noticed. Readers cried. And that quiet girl who once lived in fear became the author of 4 best-selling novels. Her silence turned into impact. All because she stopped waiting for fear to disappear and started walking through it. That's the key. Fear doesn't leave before you act. It leaves after you act. You don't need to be fearless to begin. You need to begin to become fearless. The order always matters here. Every person you admire, they felt fear. They just didn't let it stop them. Remember this when your heart races at the edge of a choice. The business idea you keep hiding, the love you never confessed, the job you never applied for, the video you never uploaded, the dream you never chased. Fear is robbing you quietly, daily, painfully, and the worst part, you let it. What to do now? Write it down. Face it directly today. List everything you're afraid of. Don't lie. Do one thing every day that scares you. Speak, share, start, ask, publish, try. Celebrate the fear instead. If your heart is racing, you're growing. If your stomach is tight, you're becoming. Visualize the worst-case scenario and do it anyway. Test reality yourself. 99% of your fears are lies. They're just noise. If you don't face them, you'll live a life full of what-ifs. That's unbearable, isn't it? If you don't act now, you will stay average forever. You are capable of more, but capability is useless without courage. So stand up now. Speak up, move, risk, fail, fall, rise. Be fearless, or stay forgotten. That's the choice. That's the moment. That's where your English and life meet. Rule 2. You're never ready. Start before you feel confident. Most people think the reason they haven't changed their life is waiting. They keep waiting. Waiting for the right time. Waiting for more money. Waiting for the perfect plan. Waiting until they feel confident. Waiting kills. But here's the truth nobody told you. You will never feel ready. Confidence does not come before action. It comes after action. After trying. Think about your own English. Did you ever feel perfectly ready to speak? Or did progress come only when you dared to open your mouth? The best version of you is not waiting for the perfect moment. It is waiting for a decision, a choice only you can make. When you say, I'm not ready yet, what you're really saying is, I'm scared of starting. And you disguise that fear as preparation. You convince yourself you're being smart by waiting. But deep down, You know it's not intelligence, it's hesitation. Waiting has another name: procrastination. Waiting for the right time is like waiting for the ocean to be still before you swim. It never happens. Life is never still. It will always be messy. It will always be inconvenient. There will always be something missing. If you wait for perfect, you will wait forever. If you keep waiting for perfect conditions, you will live your entire life on the sidelines watching other people play. Is that really safe? Look closely at anyone you admire: entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, leaders, even ordinary people who transform their lives. They all have one thing in common: they started before they felt ready. They wrote the first chapter before they knew how to write a whole book. Courage always precedes mastery, never follows. They started their business before they had enough money. They went to the gym before they felt fit. They spoke in public while still shaking. They didn't wait for confidence. They created confidence by acting. Like when you first tried speaking English, even broken words gave courage for the next step. There was a young man working in a small shop. He had an idea for a mobile app. Every evening, he scribbled designs in a notebook. He told himself, "One day when I have more money, more skills, and a better laptop, then I'll start." Months passed. Years passed. Nothing changed. His notebook filled with drawings. He watched other people launch apps, some worse than his. But they were in the market, making money, making mistakes. He kept telling himself, "I'm not ready yet." One night, his friend asked a question that changed his life. It pierced his hesitation completely. Do you know what's worse than failing? Watching someone else succeed with your idea because you were too scared to start? That truth shook him awake. He didn't sleep that night. He woke up early, borrowed a friend's old computer, and built the first version of his app. It was ugly. It was slow. It had bugs, but it was real. Within months, he had his first 500 users, then 5,000, then investors. Progress replaced fear. Today, that app is used in 70 countries. He still isn't perfect, but he's free because he stopped waiting and started building with what he had. Think about your own dreams. How many notebooks do you already have? Ideas, goals, plans. But without action, they stay dust instead of destiny. Psychologists call this the confidence-competence loop. You act first. You gain a little skill. Competence. That skill gives you a little confidence to keep moving. That confidence gives you the courage to act bigger. You gain more skill, more confidence. The loop grows, but it begins with a single, imperfect step. You cannot think yourself into confidence. You must act yourself into it. Every day you wait, you're training your brain to delay. Waiting becomes identity. You're teaching yourself to tolerate a life you don't want. You're letting your dreams die slowly. The book you didn't write, the language you didn't learn, the person you didn't talk to, the business you didn't start, the body you didn't build. All because you said, "I'm not ready yet." What to do now? Accept that you'll never feel ready? Stop waiting for courage. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Say this out loud without hesitation: I will never feel ready. And that's okay. Take the smallest action today. Don't try to do everything at once. One step creates the shift. If you want to write a book, write one paragraph today. If you want to learn English, speak one sentence today. Begin where you stand. If you want to get fit, do 5 push-ups today. If you want to start a business, create a free social media page today. Small moves count. Use imperfection as your teacher. Your first try will be bad. Good. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. Failure is just proof of action. Every master was once a beginner who started before they felt ready. Measure progress, not readiness. Don't ask, "Am I ready?" Ask, What progress today? Progress creates motivation. Motivation creates momentum. Start now. Get ready as you go. Confidence is a result, not a requirement. Action builds confidence step by step. You cannot learn to swim by standing on the shore. Action cures fear. Waiting feeds fear. Which one will you choose for yourself today? Imagine yourself 1 year from now. Two versions exist. One version still waiting, still preparing, still telling the same story, trapped in repeating excuses. Another version bruised, tired, but alive, growing, building, speaking, learning, failing forward, becoming. Which one do you want to be? Your choice decides the future. This rule is not about speed, it's about courage. It's about taking the first step with shaking hands. It's about showing up without a script. It's about risking embarrassment today to build freedom tomorrow. You will never wake up and say, I feel completely ready now. That day never comes. But you can wake up today and say, I'm starting anyway. That is the moment your life begins. That's where true confidence is born. Remember this. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll spend your whole life waiting. If you start before you feel ready, you'll grow and forget. That's the difference between the average version of you and the best version of you. Rule 3, be greedy for growth, for knowledge, for your future. Let's destroy a lie that's been forced into your mind. Greed is bad. No, the wrong kind of greed is bad. But hunger for growth saves. Greed for status, greed for money at the cost of your values. Greed that steals from others, yes, that's poison. But greed for knowledge is healing. The best version of you is not humble in the wrong places. It doesn't settle. It doesn't say this is enough. It wants more. More books, more skills, more exposure, more knowledge, more challenges, more improvement, more edge. It wants to go beyond good. It wants greatness, nothing less. Look around at the world. The forest doesn't stop growing after one season. The river doesn't say, I've flowed enough. Nature never apologizes for expansion. The sun doesn't say, I've shined enough times today. Nature is greedy for growth. It expands, it stretches, it pushes, it climbs, and so must you. When you stop wanting more, you start becoming less. Comfort is not peace. Comfort is a trap. Comfort tells you, stay small, stay safe, stay silent. People say, I should be content. But contentment is not the same as surrender. Gratitude and hunger can coexist. One thanks, the other grows. Think of two things, a rock and a tree. A rock stays the same for 50 years. It doesn't change. It doesn't adapt. It doesn't evolve. It doesn't grow. A tree, on the other hand, is always moving, even when it's not visible. Its roots are spreading deeper. Its branches reach higher. It grows leaves, sheds them, grows them again. It bends in storms, finds water, survives winters. Growth is its constant way. That's the difference between someone who's greedy to grow and someone who's stuck in stillness. Which one do you want to be? Rock or tree? The rock looks solid but never moves. The tree grows taller, stronger, deeper every year. One resists change, the other embraces it fully. 7 areas to be greedy without guilt. 1. Knowledge. Read more, learn more, ask better questions. Curiosity keeps your mind alive and sharp. 2. Skills. Build things, break them, rebuild. Growth means trying, failing, fixing. 3. Mindset. Challenge your old thinking. Break mental chains that hold you down. 4. Environment. Find people who push you. 5. Time. Stop wasting hours on nothing. Time is your most expensive currency. Spend it with precision. 6. Health. Stretch your energy. Strengthen your body. 7. Discipline. Increase your daily standards. You're not here just to exist. You are here to expand. Think about your own routine. How many hours are wasted scrolling? Replace one wasted hour with one skill. That alone could shift your entire path. You stay behind. The world moves fast. If you're not learning, growing, adapting, you're becoming replaceable. Greed for growth is how you stay relevant. It's how you become dangerous in the best way. It's how you walk into any room and know your value. Knowledge becomes your silent armor. You are not too much. You are too rare. Don't shrink for people satisfied with average. Be greedy for your future. No one else will. Rule 4. Do not compromise, especially with your dreams. Let's speak the most painful truth out loud. Most people don't lose their dreams. They give them away, piece by piece, in tiny compromises. At first, it looks small. I'll skip one day, maybe next year. It's okay. I can survive without it. Then months pass, years pass, and the dream doesn't die suddenly. It dies slowly because you compromised with it too many times. Too many broken promises. You told it wait. You told it later. You told it I can't right now. Until one day, the dream stops answering your call. In life, some compromises are necessary. You compromise in relationships to build harmony. You compromise at work to solve problems as a team. That's balance. You compromise with small things to protect big things. But there is one place where compromise is betrayal. When you compromise with your highest self, when you compromise with your vision, your purpose, your inner voice, you're not being kind, you're being silent. And silence kills more dreams than criticism. Think about your English. How many times did you say, "I'll practice tomorrow"? Weeks later, nothing changed. That's compromise stealing your voice quietly. Imagine a small flame burning in the middle of an open space. It wants to grow. It wants to become fire. It wants to spread. But every time the wind blows, instead of fighting to stay alive, it bends, it flickers, it apologizes for being there. Slowly it disappears completely. It says, "Sorry, I didn't mean to burn so bright." Until the wind blows harder and the flame dies. Now imagine another flame, the one that refuses to go out. It fights back. It guards itself. It rises against the wind, and that flame becomes fire. That's what happens when you stop compromising. The world will blow winds at you. Stress, opinions, rejection, failure, tiredness. They come endlessly, testing your strength. If you don't protect your fire, it will go out and nobody will even notice. Only you will know what was lost silently. The most common compromises people make: choosing comfort over growth, choosing temporary pleasure over long-term reward, saying yes to things that kill your energy, allowing toxic people to stay, lowering your standards to fit in, delaying your calling for the sake of security. All these sound small, but accumulate. Every small compromise looks harmless, but when you add them together, they equal a wasted life. Death not of body, but of purpose and potential. How to protect your dreams without compromise. Write your non-negotiables. These are actions you do every day. No excuses. Reading, learning, creating, training, practicing. Guard your environment. If someone mocks your dream, walk away. Don't explain. Don't defend. Just protect. Your energy is your border. Keep it guarded. Say no without guilt. Every no you say to distraction is a yes to your destiny. Protecting your time protects your future self completely. Respect your dream like it's a living thing. Treat your goal like a baby. Feed it daily. Protect it fiercely. Don't hand it to anyone. If you keep compromising, you won't feel proud. Even if life is okay, you'll feel something missing. a quiet emptiness you can't explain. You'll feel tired without knowing why. You'll start becoming someone you don't even recognize because your dream doesn't go away. It just gets buried deeper, buried under laziness, buried under fake smiles, buried under 1,000 excuses. It's not the right time. How many times have you told yourself that? You are not meant to live a small apologetic life. You are not here to fit into places that don't see your value clearly. You are not born to live someone else's dream. So, stop compromising, stop settling, stop pretending, stand up for your vision without shame. Guard it like your life depends on it, because it does. The person you were meant to become is waiting on the other side of excuses. Stop giving your dream away. Start giving it your life. Rule 5. Fail. Fail again. Fail bigger. Rise louder. Let's kill another dangerous lie. Society taught you failure is something to avoid. No, failure is something to walk into again and again with your head held high. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the ingredient of success. It is the training ground. The unpaid teacher life gives you. You cannot learn how to balance if you don't fall. You cannot build strength without breaking muscle. You cannot learn strategy without losing battles. You cannot discover your true power until you're flat on the floor asking yourself, do I rise again or do I stay broken? Every successful journey must pass through failure. Not once, not twice, but many times. If you haven't failed deeply, painfully, embarrassingly, you haven't started yet. Think about your own attempts at English. Every wrong sentence, every awkward pause, every mistake is not shame. It's the clay shaping your future fluency. Imagine you're shaping a clay pot. You mold it, you dry it, you heat it, but the first time it cracks, you try again. A new shape, better balance. Still, it cracks again. You repeat this 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, and each time it cracks differently. Now you have 2 choices, quit and say, maybe I'm not meant to do this. Or use every crack, every weakness, to make the next stronger by the 21st time. Your hands know the pressure, your fingers know the curve, your eyes know what to avoid, and this time, no cracks. The final pot is not perfect in spite of the failures. It is perfect because of them. This is how success is made every day. Cracks, adjustments, rebuilds, pain, repetition, then beauty. Yet most people quit because they believe failure is final. That belief keeps them forever small. They fail once and say, this is not for me. I'm not good enough. Too hard. Others are better. But failure is not a wall. It's a mirror. It shows you what's weak. It reveals what's missing. It exposes your lies. And then it gives you a choice. Face it, fix it, or quit. Most people quit. But the best version of you studies the failure, writes notes inside the pain, learns. They come back with blood on their hands and fire in their eyes. And they rise. Not quietly, but louder than ever before. 4 ways to fail like a warrior. 1. Expect it. Don't fear failure. Schedule it. Know it's part of the process, not shame. 2. Document it. Write down what went wrong. Study it like a scientist. Don't get emotional. Get intentional. Learn from the exact details. 3. Find the pattern. Every failure leaves clues. Find the habits, the reactions, the blind spots. They repeat until you confront them honestly. 4. Reattack with precision. Come back stronger, not randomly, with accuracy, with awareness, with no apology. This is resilience in action, not just words. What happens if you never fail? You stay soft. You stay scared. You stay untested. You stay small. You stay someone who only dreams. Someone who talks about goals but never lives them. Failure is the gym of the soul. And if you avoid the weight, you'll stay weak. You cannot skip failure. You cannot fake your way around it. You must walk through it, fall in it, break inside it, and then climb out. So fail. Fail again. Fail bigger. And rise louder. So loud that even your old self gets scared of what you've become. Transformed. Rule 6. Take insane risks while you still can. There is something more dangerous than fear, more painful than failure, more poisonous than rejection. It's regret. And regret comes from the one thing you're doing every day without realizing: playing it safe, staying inside your tiny comfort cage. If you keep choosing what feels easy, comfortable, and predictable, you may not feel pain today, but 10 years from now, regret will burn. What if I had spoken up? What if I had tried? What if I had taken the shot? What if I had believed? That voice will not be loud. It will be silent. It will whisper in the middle of the night. It will haunt you. It will follow you through success. It will sit next to you at celebrations. It will remind you of what you never dared to do. And that voice is regret. Imagine there's a bridge that leads to a new land full of possibility. The other side has fresh opportunities, new challenges, unseen lessons, unlocked growth. But the bridge is shaky. It cracks. It looks unstable. It doesn't guarantee what's on the other side. So, you stay, you walk up to the bridge every morning, you look across, you imagine, you talk about it, but you never walk. Years pass, and one day, the bridge disappears and you realize you never crossed. All because you were too focused on what might go wrong. And now you'll never know what could have gone right. That's what happens when you don't take risks. You miss the version of you waiting. Risk means losing something now, but the cost of not risking is losing your entire future. Truth is, playing safe is comfortable now. Painful later. Taking a risk is painful now. Powerful forever. You cannot be both comfortable and legendary. You must choose. Which side will you step toward today? 5 types of risks you must take. 1. Emotional risk. Saying what you feel. Being honest. Letting go of people who drain you daily. 2. Mental risk. Learning something you're bad at. Reading what you don't understand. Stretching your brain beyond comfort. That's how wisdom enters. 3. Time risk. Spending hours building something with no guarantee of reward yet. 4. Reputation risk. Looking like a fool. Posting your work publicly. Speaking openly even when your voice shakes. 5. Identity risk. Becoming someone your old circle no longer understands. Transformation requires shedding old skins. Every big transformation demands one thing: let go of who you are to become who you must be. Identity must bend for destiny. If you keep avoiding risk, you will feel safe, but you won't feel alive. Risk is the electricity of growth. It shocks you awake. It burns down the old. It clears space for the new. You will not get your dream life by standing in your dream corner. You must walk the bridge even if it shakes. So take the risk, say the truth, start the project, end the wrong thing now. Begin the right one, move to the unknown, break the pattern, burn the excuses. Because this version of you is temporary. Don't stay trapped. But the version you could become is waiting on the other side of risk. Rule 7. Don't please everyone. You'll lose yourself completely. One of the most dangerous habits in this world is not drugs, not alcohol, not procrastination, not laziness. It's people-pleasing, disguised as kindness. The habit of constantly needing others to like you, to agree with you, to approve your decisions, to clap for your sacrifice, to accept you. People-pleasing looks like kindness, but it's slow self-destruction. You begin by trying to make people happy. You end by losing yourself completely in silence. You say yes when you mean no. You hide your truth to protect their comfort. You stay in rooms that drain your energy badly. You laugh at things that make you uncomfortable. You stay quiet in moments that require your roar. And each time you do this, you shrink, not visibly, not dramatically, but silently. Piece by piece, you lose your edge, you lose your voice, you lose your ability to stand strong. Imagine a wall in the center of a busy street. Every time someone walks by, the wall changes color: blue, red, green, transparent, shifting. It keeps changing, trying to make everyone comfortable. But after years of this, the wall forgets its original color. It no longer knows itself. One day, someone asks, "What color are you really?" And the wall doesn't know. Because it spent so long fitting others, it lost identity. That's what happens when you try to please everyone. You become nothing specific. You become invisible. You disappear inside performance. That's a slow death. Why is this so dangerous? Because the more you please others, the more they expect it. The moment you stop, they attack you as selfish. They say, "You've changed. You're not who I thought you were." No, you're not selfish. You're just finally alive. You're living authentically now. Signs you're a people pleaser and losing yourself. You apologize when you've done nothing wrong. You avoid saying what you really feel honestly. You do things out of guilt, not love. You agree to things that exhaust your soul. You feel guilty when taking care of yourself. You fear confrontation more than dishonesty. Why? Because you've been conditioned to believe peace is worth more than truth. But peace without truth is fake. You must break this pattern now, because your life is not a democracy. Your purpose is not up for a vote. You are not property. You do not need to explain your boundaries. You do not need approval to grow. You do not need permission to protect your time. Your energy, your voice, and your future belong to you. The best version of you will not be accepted by everyone. And that's okay, because the best version of you will no longer serve everyone. How to fix this? Practice silence instead of apology. Don't over-explain your choices. You don't have to soften your truth. You don't have to say sorry for growing. Say no without explanation. No is a full sentence. Use it to protect your future. Identify who actually values you. Not everyone who smiles at you is for you. Actions reveal loyalty. Cut the energy that celebrates your obedience but fears your independence. Define yourself before the world does it for you. Write down what you believe, what you need, what you want, what you refuse to tolerate. Read it every day. Own it like oxygen. Protect it as your sacred identity. If you spend your life making everyone else happy, you will die with your own smile missing. Stop pleasing. Start becoming unapologetically yourself. Rule 8. Don't take yourself too seriously. This may shock you, but sometimes the thing blocking your growth is not fear, not failure, not others. It's the false version of yourself you are trying so hard to protect. The polished image, the illusion of always being in control, untouchable. And so you avoid anything that might make you look silly, awkward, confused, imperfect, beginner level, out of rhythm. You hide behind appearances. But here's the truth. If you're not willing to look like a beginner, you'll never become a master. Pride prevents practice. Ego prevents growth. If you take yourself too seriously, you'll take your dreams too lightly, because protecting an image becomes more important than building your future self. Imagine a giant fountain in the middle of a city plaza. Every morning it sprays water in perfect patterns, choreographed, symmetrical, flawless. People admire it, they take photos, call it beautiful. But one day, a child runs into the water and starts dancing, splashing, twisting, laughing, playing without fear. The fountain becomes chaotic, not perfect, not photogenic, but for the first time, It feels alive. Suddenly, it's not about control, it's about joy. That's the shift that happens when you stop trying to appear perfect and start being real. When you drop the mask, you begin to breathe. When you're too serious, you stop experimenting, you stop risking, you stop playing, you fear failure, you avoid learning, you block fun, you lose spark. Growth doesn't come from tight control, growth comes from messy movement. Mistakes are not shame, they're the raw material of mastery, the DNA of future strength. The difference between pride and mastery: pride says, I already know, I don't want to look stupid, I'm afraid to mess up. Fear rules pride. Mastery says, let me try, I don't care if I fall, this is how I learn. Humility fuels greatness more than talent ever will. The best in the world are not serious all the time. They play, they try, they experiment, they fail fast, and laugh louder at mistakes. The artist who makes ugly drawings just to practice. The speaker who stumbles during rehearsal and keeps going. The athlete who laughs at their own errors. The leader who says, I don't know, let's figure it out. The English learner who speaks with broken grammar but full confidence. They are the masters. They grow because they don't carry the pressure of perfection. How to break the perfection prison? Do one silly thing every week. Play freely. Try something you're bad at. Laugh at yourself. Let your ego bleed. Celebrate imperfect progress instead of hiding your flaws. That's real growth mentality. Highlight your improvement. Ask, what's the worst that could happen? Most of your fear is based on imaginary judgment. People notice less than you think. Remember, the world is not watching you. People are too busy judging themselves to notice your mistakes. Free yourself from invisible chains of shame. Take your goals seriously, but don't take yourself too seriously, because when you loosen up, you open up. When you open up, you grow faster, you learn deeper, live lighter, and become unshakable. Rule 9. Surround yourself with fire, not smoke, if you want to change your life. Remember this. There's one brutal truth you must accept. You cannot grow in a weak environment, no matter how strong your dreams are. Bad company burns them down. If you keep surrounding yourself with the wrong people, you will shrink, not because you're not capable, but because you're breathing smoke instead of fire. Let's be clear. Fire means people who challenge your mind, call out your excuses, push you forward, hold you accountable, and celebrate your growth. They want you to win even when they're losing. Smoke means people who distract you, drain your energy, complain, gossip, and sabotage your discipline. Fire makes you brighter. Smoke makes you choke. Imagine a large, dark room with hundreds of candles. Each person is a candle, a living flame. Some candles burn strong. Their flame is tall, steady, powerful. Others flicker, barely alive, too weak to give heat. Which ones are you near? Now imagine you're placed in the middle of this room as a new candle. Your flame is small, but ready to grow with influence. If you're placed near other strong flames, their heat strengthens your wax. Their fire encourages yours. Your small flame becomes bold, confident, growing. You burn brighter just by being near the right heat. But if you're placed near candles almost out, with no heat, no direction, you fade. Your flame flickers. You start to dim. You question your own light. You lose your warmth. That's the power of environment, stronger than willpower. Why most people stay stuck for years? Because they stay loyal to the wrong circle. They say, but I've known them forever. I can't leave. But they're not bad people. But I don't want to be alone. But what will they think if I leave? Excuses keep them trapped. And in trying not to offend anyone, they offend their own potential. Energy is contagious and invisible. But energy builds or breaks your identity. Surround yourself with lazy people. You'll normalize laziness. Surround yourself with people who make excuses. You'll start making them. 2. Without realizing it, surround yourself with average thinking. You'll stop dreaming big. But surround yourself with fire, and you'll level up without even trying. That's true leverage. You'll stop tolerating mediocrity. You'll start seeing possibilities where others see problems. You'll feel dangerous in the best way. That's the effect of fire. How to build a fire circle. Audit every voice around you. Look at the last 5 people you talked to. Did they give energy or noise? Create a rule. No gossip, no negativity, no excuses. Make it your standard. If they break it repeatedly, distance is your answer. Protect your future. Go where the fire is. Books, podcasts, communities, classes, mentors, events, even online. But find higher heat. Don't settle for smoke. Be fire for others. Don't just take energy. Give it. Challenge, uplift, and support others who want to grow. Become someone else's flame. The wrong room will kill your dreams gently. The right room will make your dreams inevitable. So choose fire and become unshakable against smoke. Rule 10, give back. But don't lose yourself. Let's be real. You want to help others. You want to give. You want to share. That's beautiful. But if you're not careful, giving too much can destroy you. This is the harsh truth. You can't pour from emptiness. You can't save everyone if you're always drowning. You can't light up the world if your own flame is dying quietly inside you. Giving is powerful, but self-sacrifice without balance is a trap. Imagine a deep well of water in a dry village. People come every day. They fill their buckets. The well gives freely. It doesn't ask for anything. It keeps giving. Giving. Until one day the water runs out. The villagers return, but the well is dry. They become angry. They say, "You've changed. You were supposed to help us." They blame the well, but the truth is, the well was never selfish. It was never refilled. You can't be the well for everyone else if you're empty, because the world praises self-sacrifice. It tells you be kind, be available, be helpful, be giving, but it forgets to teach you boundaries. It forgets to teach you that you matter. 2. It forgets to teach you that you can say no without guilt. Protect your energy. It forgets to teach you that you don't owe everyone access to your soul. Endless giving without balance is not noble, it's self-destruction. What giving too much looks like. You feel drained after conversations. You say yes when you're tired. You do more than you can handle. You feel guilty when taking time for yourself. You're always available, but never appreciated. That's not giving. That's leaking. And leaks lead to burnout. Healthy giving means you give with intention, not from guilt. You say no when needed. You say yes out of purpose, not fear of rejection. You refuel yourself. You respect your needs. You uplift others, but you don't disappear. You protect your time. You give without resentment or exhaustion. How to give without losing yourself. Protect your core time. Create hours in your day that are only for you. No giving, just restoration. Use this rule. Give from fullness, not emptiness. If your energy is low, delay giving. Refill first, then serve. That's sustainable generosity, not sacrifice. Say this out loud. I deserve to rest without guilt. This one sentence will change your life. Say it every morning. Remind your soul. Give strategically, not emotionally. Don't give based on pressure. Give based on purpose. That way, your giving builds others without breaking yourself down. A burnt-out star can't light up the sky. A drowned swimmer can't save others. A forgotten soul can't lead anyone home. Protect your flame. So give Give boldly, give consistently, but never give yourself away completely, because you are not here to disappear while others glow. You are here to shine so bright that your presence itself becomes a gift. That's true giving, sharing your light while keeping your soul alive. Rule 11. Stay rooted, but don't stay stuck. There's a phrase the world loves: never forget where you came from. It sounds beautiful, respectful. Yes, it feels humble, but there's a dangerous twist. If you focus too much on where you came from, you may never see where you're going. You're told to remember your roots, but no one tells you what to do when your roots are tangled in old mindsets, outdated beliefs, traditions, generational pain, environments built on fear, cultures that punish growth. Your roots gave you life, but they're not your ceiling. They're your beginning, not your boundaries. Think about your childhood lessons. Some were priceless. Others still hold you back today. The wisdom is knowing which roots to keep and which to release. In many villages, bamboo is used to build fences. Builders take young bamboo stalks, tie them with string, shape them early, limit their height, control their growth. Because if bamboo grows freely, it becomes too tall, too strong, too wild. Now imagine a bamboo shoot with strength to break free but doesn't. Why? Because it's been tied so long that it believes this is a limit. That's what happens when you let your roots become your cage. You confuse comfort with loyalty. You confuse tradition with truth. You confuse limitation with identity. And slowly, you stop growing. Without noticing the chains, your roots are your lessons. They give you history, discipline, emotion, culture, language, spirit. But if you stay buried in them, you never reach the light. Growth demands risk. Evolution demands disobedience. Success demands separation. Not because you're better than your past, but because you're ready for more than it could give. 4 signs your roots are holding you back. You feel guilty for dreaming bigger than your family. You're scared of what people from home will say. You avoid success so you don't make others uncomfortable. You shrink your dreams to fit into small rooms. That's not respect. That's emotional imprisonment. What to do? Thank your roots, but don't worship them. They helped you grow. That's it. Gratitude shouldn't become guilt. Loyalty shouldn't be a prison. Don't let small minds define your future. Just because they couldn't imagine it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. Don't shrink to fit their comfort. Outgrow quietly. Return boldly. Leave to grow. Come back to lift. You don't owe them your silence. You owe them your strength and example. Trees that grow tallest still stay connected to the soil, but they reach beyond the forest into sky, storm, and stars. That's your path too, so stay rooted, but never stuck. Your future is taller than your past. Rule 12. Protect your focus. Obsess over your dreams. Ask yourself now, where is your focus right now? Not your time, not your money, not your motivation, your focus. Because whatever controls your focus controls your future. Every second of your life, something is fighting for your mind. Notifications, ads, scrolling, drama, comparison, short videos, meaningless updates. Attention is stolen daily, and little by little, your focus gets scattered. Your direction disappears. Your energy dissolves. You don't lose your dreams because you're lazy. You lose them distracted. Take a lamp. It spreads light everywhere. It shines in all directions. Softly, gently, peacefully, it lights up a room. But it's limited. Now take a laser. Same light, but concentrated, tightly focused, narrow, disciplined. That same light can cut through steel. Focus creates power, not because it's stronger, but because it's directed. That's the power of an obsessed mind. That's what happens when you turn scattered energy into fire. Why do most people fail? Because they chase everything but commit to nothing. They jump from goal to goal. They start but never finish. They're interested in success, but not obsessed. And obsession is the real key. Obsession doesn't mean burnout. Obsession means your dream becomes your heartbeat. It lives in your blood. It breathes through your choices. It speaks through your routines. It shapes your time. It interrupts your excuses every day. 5 ways to protect focus and build obsession. 1. Have one North Star goal at a time. One thing you want to master above all. Write it, own it, eat it, sleep with it in your mind. 2. Eliminate 80% of noise. Unfollow, mute, block, unsubscribe, turn off, leave. If it doesn't grow you, delete it. 3. Use deep work hours daily. Protect 2 to 4 hours of pure silence and execution without distraction. No phone, no interruptions, just your dream and discipline. 4. Create a focus identity. Don't say, "I'm trying to become focused." Say, "I protect my time." Make your environment a shrine of purpose. Clean your space, remove clutter, add reminders. Let your room, your phone, your journal scream your mission. The average person never achieves their dreams, not because they're not smart, not because they're not lucky, but because they never learned to focus. They became addicted to distraction. Their mind became a hallway of noise. Their dreams died quietly in the background. That's how lives are wasted. You get what you focus on, slowly, silently. Your focus builds or breaks your destiny. Focus is your most expensive currency. Spend it wisely today. So focus not on what feels easy, not on what others expect, not on what gets likes, but the deep, burning dream inside you. Build a life around it. Let it consume you. Let it structure your day. Let it lead your decisions. Let it shape your habits. Let it make your routines stronger than your feelings. Because in the end, your dream will live or die, not by luck, but by focus. Now that you've heard all 12 rules, I want you to stop for a moment and just breathe. Not because the video is over, but because your new life is about to begin. This was never about perfection. It was never about becoming a superhero who has everything. No, this video was about you, the real you, the version tired of pretending, the version ignored too long, the version still alive inside, the version that still believes even after all the pain, the version that refuses to give up, the version that whispers, "Not done yet." So, I want to tell you this with full honesty. I'm with you, not just as a voice on a video, but as someone who believes. I believe in your silent progress, in your invisible discipline, in your quiet efforts nobody claps for. Yet you still show up anyway, stronger each time. Think about it. Every late night, every word you practice, every small risk, every painful failure, it all adds up. It is not wasted. You're not alone. You're not behind. And you're not done. You're just becoming. Step by step, mistake by mistake. You are building a new life. And I'm going to be here, video after video, walking this path with you, because that's what this channel, Soulful English, is really about. We don't just speak English here. We speak courage. We speak growth. We speak transformation. Language and life rising together in every word spoken. So now here's what I want you to do. Watch this again if it touched you. Write down the one rule that hit hardest. Start today, not tomorrow, and then come back stronger again and again. Make this video your map, not just motivation. Carry it daily. And if this truly helped you, subscribe not just to follow, but to join this movement. A movement of people rebuilding from the inside out. We're not just growing together, we're becoming unrecognizable. People who rise after failure, who speak with courage, who build without permission, who focus without distraction. So go live these rules. Feel the fire. Make the world feel your presence. Don't stay average. Don't stay silent. Don't stay stuck anymore. I'm with you always, and now I want to hear from you. Which rule struck your heart the most? Which one will you live first? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Share your story. You never know. Your words might ignite someone else's courage tonight. Remember this: you only get one life. Don't waste it waiting, pleasing, or hiding. Rise, act, fail, risk, focus, speak, burn bright. The best version of you is not a dream, it's a decision, and that decision starts now. Subscribe. Share this with someone you love, because transformation doesn't happen alone. It happens together, and together. We're unstoppable.